What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBot Solutions. So, very quickly, just wanted to make this live video on how to be able to profit on pullbacks. So, you guys has been one that's been in our radar for quite a while. We actually talked about it yesterday in our Sunday Stock Talk. So, how is it that you can trade and profit off of a pullback or off of a stock that's seen a red day? So, um, let me give you a quick little breakdown. Again, this is not an encouragement to trade this specific stock. This is just how I, in a sense, have been able to make profits off pullbacks and just giving you guys a better understanding on how to use that concept like with other stocks altogether. So look at this overall trend. This is so if we go to a 180-day analysis, we can see that the lowest point is $10.13. Understanding that it usually trades from $11 to $13. It's no question that because of how it opened today, it had a huge pullback to about $10.50, which is usually not something that it does. Understanding that, we can see that it is oversold. Because of that, how is it that we can manage our risk? Again, a very simple concept. So we identified a support that is a valid support before, and that is $10.50. So what is it that I would like to wait for? So I understand that $10.50, it's where it's kind of like flatlining and trying to hold as an overall support. Does that mean 100% that's where I have to buy? No, but because it has such a solid pullback and it usually trades anywhere from $11 to $13, it gives me an extra margin to be able to make a profit off of, as long as it continues to build that little cup right here. So it most likely going to bounce at that $10.50 price point. How is it that we can set up a plan to manage our risk? Well, understanding that from $10 to the normal resistance of $13, the potential for profit is about almost 20%. It's 19.2%. What's my potential for loss? Well, I would stop loss out at $10 just because it hasn't gone below $10 in the past 180 days. Therefore, my potential for loss, if I buy in at, like, let's say exactly $10.50 to $10, my potential for loss is 5% almost. 4.54. That's actually a little bit high. It's something that I don't normally risk. Is that something that you'd be willing? So ECYT is actually going crazy this morning, if you guys haven't noticed. But it's up to you. So what I'm going to do with this specific position, because it's such at a low price, with UGAS and with DGAS, these inverse ETFs, I usually take $4,000 to $5,000 position sizes. Because it's so low, but because the percentage that I'm going to be risking is so high, I'm going to take a much smaller position size. I think I'm going to take like $2,500. And because of that, if I lose, 5% of $2,500, it's going to be like, if I'm losing 3% of like almost $4,000. And it's just the way that I do it. So what I plan to do is I buy in at this lower price point. I'm still going to set my stop loss and manage my risk at that price point. But as it continues to increase in price, I'm going to buy more at $11, and I'm going to buy more at $11.50 and continue averaging up as the price point continues to increase. And then once it gets to the price point of like $12.50 to $13, then that's where I will plan on dumping the stock that I'm holding. Understanding that, if we go and do a one-day analysis, I want to make sure that it starts showing signs of an upward trend even before I take my first position. That is why I'm going to have to wait until it really starts. If anything, it's still showing signs of a downward trend, not really showing any signs of upward momentum. So what I can do is I can wait till it breaks above, the 1 day, 1 minute chart, purple vol EMA, as long as it starts showing signs of an upward trend. With that being said, I know that my overall plan and the overall potential that I have, with trading at the end of the day, $5,000 to $6,000 on UGAS with almost the nearly, 20% profit that it offers. As long as I continue averaging up and I stick to my plan, my average profit will probably stick anywhere from about 15%. If I continue, averaging up as it increases to $13. 15% of investing, $6,000. That's huge. What is that? Like $900, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, $900. So overall, I feel like my potential for profit is much greater than my potential for loss, and that's how I plan to profit off of pullbacks. Now moving on to ECYT. ECYT usually trades around from like 140 to like, that's really just it. I mean, it's been flatlined for quite a while. Not too sure why it has seen such an increase, but that's why, you want to make sure that you understand. Oh, they just filed an 8K. Okay, so it's ready for phase 3. So it looks like they're about to. So it looks like there's a reason. There's a catalyst on why it's seen such an increase, which is great. Looks like it kind of peaked out. Overall resistance at $2, and now looks like it might be seeing a downward trend. Do you guys see that? Looks like it's building that peak, and then maybe that pullback looks to be forming. Let's go ahead and go down the list real quick. AMD still not doing the way that performing the way that I wanted it to. Roku. Just like we called out, and again, this is not me trying to say that I knew exactly what was going to happen. I did not trade it. I did not buy in at enough. I did not buy in quick enough. But I'm not too sure if you guys remember. But in our Sunday stock talk that you guys can watch on our YouTube channel, right here, the top 5 best stocks for October. I broke it down on what I thought Roku was going to do. And the reason that I knew Roku, not 100%, again, it's all based on previous trends. The reason that I believed Roku was going to see a bounce at $24 was due to the previous resistance that it had at $24. Therefore, the day of the IPO launch, it had a peak of $24, if you guys can see right there. Therefore, it had a wall, a resistance at $24. Like we know, old resistance levels become new support levels. And as the market opened today, and it was seeing a downward trend after market hours on Friday, at a huge pullback, and again, bounced almost exactly at the price point that I said, $24.05. And where did I say that I was going to peak out at? Anywhere from $26 to $28. Why did I know that that was going to be a resistance? And again, you guys can watch that video, and I break it down exactly in that perspective. And it all comes down to just previous trends. I did not know 100% that it was going to do it, but I just knew based on previous trends. Why did I most likely think that it was going to, hit a resistance at $26? Well, when it was closing at on Friday, when it was trading on Friday, although it did break below $26, it had a pullback right above. So therefore, the overall support was at $26. And again, it struggled to go below $26 at market when it was closing. With that being said, do I think right now is a good price point for you to, potentially get in on Roku? I think, based on where it stands in the RSI and how the MACD indicator is showing, I think Roku is way overpriced. I would not swing trade this specific stock. And I think, most likely this thing's still going to be heading down. I just thought that this was going to be a technical bounce and a technical resistance, being able to make a quick profit on a day trade. So from $24 to $26, that's about 8%. So that is a missed opportunity that I was not able to take advantage of. But it's because I have so much attention on you guys, which I plan to make much more profit on. So it comes down to opportunity cost and not overwhelming yourself just because you miss out on, one stock and the potential that it had and the way that it played out. But understanding that, you focus on what you understand and keep it simple. And overall, as long as you invest in quality stocks, then you should be good. TEVA. Wow, that's a solid little pop. Finally, M is seeing a downward trend. I did see this one, CAPR. I broke a couple of my alerts. So still seeing that upward trend. Let's look at it a little bit more long term. Okay, so it's still seeing that upward trend. RF now looks a little overextended, now trying to see a pullback. JD, finally we called this one out for one of the top stocks for this month. And the reason why is the overall support at around $37 and the potential resistance that it has at 44. So I'd really like to see some signs of an upward trend. And the way that I'm going to do that is if we do a 180-day analysis. Do you guys see that margin? Again, keeping it very simple. Support, previous resistance. Do you see that little V? That's what I want to form. That's a trend. If it forms, great. If it doesn't, then again, I'm not going to trade it. EMA line. It has not crossed above EMA. EMA is right at $39. Why am I going to wait until $39? Why, Ricky? Why am I going to give up all that margin? It's because I want to make sure that when I invest in a stock, that it's seen an upward trend. So therefore, I needed to break above EMA, start showing signs of an upward trend. And I know from that point forward, I have much more potential or much more better understanding that I have, about 12% potential for profit and I'm investing in something that's in an upward trend. Again, that's much more important to me than making, an extra, 2 or 3%, because I know that I'm invested in quality stocks. MACD indicator also just indicated this to be a good buy, and the RSI indicator is all going according to plan. And this is what it means to trade quality stocks in my perspective. It does not mean that this is something that you have to trade. JNUG still seeing a downward trend, and definitely not performing the way that we wanted to. WTI seeing a huge pullback, just like we said, seeing a downward trend there. DGAS, the inverse of UGAS, obviously peaking out, and if we could see, that is a previous resistance that it has. There's no question that one of two things can happen. That could be the resistance, and it can experience another pullback, or it can continue seeing an upward trend and try to make its way up to $30. What do you think will happen? Well, that's up to you and how you formulate a plan. So that's really just it, guys. Wanted to make a very quick video on how I profit on pullbacks and how I could identify trends. If you guys found this video helpful, please feel free to give this video a thumbs up, as it gives me a better understanding that you like the quick and simple videos just like this. Feel free to join our Facebook group. So it's TechBot Solutions. The link is in the description. We have over 47,000 members worldwide within the TechBot Solutions platform. On the Facebook group, we just have about 43,000. With both the Facebook group and the group chats, we have a little bit over. The 47,000 members. Feel free to join us, and I'm going to be right over here in the TechBots live chat. So once you get accepted to the Facebook group, all you need to do is click on the top pinned post, this main group chat link. Click on that, verify your phone, verify your email, and feel free to join our group. We'd love to have you and be a part of your success. Please be sure to subscribe and to stay tuned for our daily videos. And again, if you guys want to take 1 minute and look at our description, we have a bunch of links that can help you stay connected. And if you don't have Robinhood already, you can download the app with free commissions and actually get your free app. You get a free stock when you sign up with that link down below. Thank you guys for everything it is that you guys do. Continue working hard. Continue following your dreams. I'll keep you guys up to date. Or congrats to Salazar, made a few bucks. He made 2.2%. Great. Congrats to all the people that have seen success that are part of our group. And even if you're not part of our group, regardless, just continue doing what it is that you love. Let your passion be what drives you in your success. And I wish you guys all the best of luck. Like always, guys, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.